Once again, greetings from quarantine, everybody. Today, NBC Sports Washington is proud to welcome on another driver in the NASCAR Cup Series. This time, it is Daniel Suarez, driver of the 96 Toyota Camry for Gaunt Brothers Racing. Now, Daniel, I'm going to ask you how your quarantine's going, but we actually are spending it pretty similarly because I just got done playing Mario Kart upstairs. Now, granted, I'm on Wii, so I'm like throwing it back a couple of years. I know you're on Switch, but it seems like quarantine's treating us pretty well. We're just playing Mario Kart all day.
Man, tonight you have to join the tournament tonight and playing with me, having a few friends and a lot of fans. You know, and the last couple of nights it's been a lot of fun to interact in a different way with all these fans. At the end of the day, that's the most important part. I think virtual racing is amazing. It's a lot of fun, but NASCAR, you know, is very well known for something, and that something is the connection and the physical contact with the fans. Mm-hmm. You know, every time that we go to drivers meeting, every time that we go to driver introductions, to practice, we have fans, you know, asking for pictures, autographs, and you know, physical connection, and we don't have that anymore. Yeah, we can race virtual all we want, but we don't have any contact with fans. So I've been thinking like for days, for a week, you know, different ways to be able to connect with them. And yeah, you know, Instagram Live and Facebook Live is a lot of fun, but I wanted something else. So I found this idea, and man, it's been amazing. It's been a lot of fun to have some fun with them. They post pictures on social media, and it's been a lot of fun.
I'm single-handedly debating getting a Switch just so I can play against you because I'm beating my girlfriend upstairs. She's not any good compared to me, but I want to play you. I want to do the real thing.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm sure that this is one of the things that we can keep doing after all this war start to, you know, come back. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, I have had a lot of friends join. Actually, Derek Wallace, he was there also last night. It's fun. It's a fun game to play.
So here's my question then. Do you have like a favorite or a least favorite power-up that you can get, or like maybe even a favorite character? Because personally, when that blue shell comes and gets me as I'm cruising in the lead on my way to the victory, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Again? Seriously?
So this is what you have to do. When you have that blue shell, you have to always look to the map. So if you see the map with the blue, you have to slam the brakes and go to second place. so that thing hits the first place only. So all depends. You have to, if you are racing, you know, side by side with the second place,
yeah,
let it go, and then he's gonna get hit. But if you are with a big lead, just keep going, and you are gonna get hit, and probably you're gonna keep the lead. But well, yeah, there is a lot of little tricks that I've been learning in the last couple of nights.
That's good advice. See, I'm glad. If I learned one thing in this quarantine, it's how to not get hit with the blue shell from in the lead. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Let's see. I know that you're a guy who's big on physical activity. In the past few years, you've been working your butt off at the Toyota Performance Center, and when you were with SHR, I know you were there as well. Have you been able to get your workouts in and get those gains during quarantine? Do you have like a home gym set up or anything?
Yeah, I have a couple of things here at the house, but obviously it's not the same. I've been going out for a walk with Julia and with Emma, that she's right there walking right now. Just trying to stay active, working in the garage, you know, playing Mario Kart, and we have a very good project actually going on also with Toyota, a PlayStation and Gran Turismo, where we're doing some competition against other Toyota drivers. So that has been a lot of fun. It's just a good way to interact, man.
So this road trip that you and Julia went on, let's see, it was 2,879.9 miles from North Carolina all the way to California. It looked unbelievable. I think it was either Horseshoe Bend or Monument Valley in Utah or Arizona. That was my favorite site to see on social media. Was that your favorite too?
Horseshoe Bend, man. Horseshoe Bend is one of those places that you can travel all you want just to see that place. Like, yeah. It's unreal. It's unreal. It's super amazing. It's one of those things that you have to go to all these places so you understand how lucky we are to live in this country, because this country has such a big amount of amazing places, and we have to visit them. You know, we are very fortunate to live here, and we should feel very grateful.
So did you go all the way to California to pick up this 1963 double cab bus? Was that what the whole trip was about?
so this is what happened. We were, I was kind of like talking with the guy, I was getting it or not, and then I was going back and forward. And then we were in the weekend in Atlanta, and then I was thinking on getting it. So I was talking to a friend of mine that was gonna go pick it up,
Okay.
and we're in the middle of the race weekend, and now really things got postponed, and then eventually things got canceled. And then I called my friend and say, hey, just hold on. I talked to you and say, hey, what do you think about doing a road trip? Because obviously at the time the coronavirus wasn't as big of the deal. I mean, it was getting big, but it wasn't that big of a deal. We didn't have any, we had restaurants and we didn't have any stay home, like any of the stuff. Everything was normal. And she said, hey, listen, if we can take it easy and we can stop in some places, I'm down. So we ended up, going back to Charlotte, getting my Toyota Tundra, asking a friend of mine for a trailer, and we drove cross country, man, and it was amazing. In our entire way there, it was amazing. We had restaurants, we had places to go, places to eat, and everything. The problem was once we got there, things started to get rough, and then on our way back, it was very bad. So we had to cut the trip a couple of days short, because at one point we couldn't find restrooms anymore in gas stations and stuff. So we just had to come back. But other than that, it was amazing.
Gives you an excuse to go back to Horseshoe Bend, right?
What's up?
I said it gives you another excuse to go back to Horseshoe Bend because I want to see
Man,
that.
it was amazing. Man. It's very, very incredible. If you haven't been there, you have to go.
That's on my bucket list now for sure. Thanks to you. Let's head to the virtual racetrack of sorts. Of course, this weekend we have the race at Richmond Raceway, but I think you have a very unique, possibly unbreakable record in iRacing. 2 for 2 in terms of disqualifications. Congrats to you, because I don't think anybody's ever going to beat that,
Yeah, I don't think those guys like me, but that's fine.
man.
They have something against me, but that's okay. No, man, it's been fun. I think there is a lot of things that they have to be better at.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that you say that, because I see it like for fun. The thing is that this is not a game anymore,
Right.
and this has changed a lot in the last couple of weeks, in the last week.
Yeah.
What do I mean with this? All this started as a game. iRacing is a virtual game. That's what it is. It's not real racing, not even close. But once you got TV, once you got the sponsors involved, and once you got real racers involved, and you have 1 million people watching, you have a real race going on. So you have to start seeing this as a real race and as a business, and you have to behave, and you need to have rules, and you need to have a schedule and everything, and an organization. And we haven't had many of these things, unfortunately. So there is a lot of things that they have to be better at. There is a lot of things that, there is a lot of people that still seeing this as a game instead of as a real race or as a real business. And there's a lot of things that have to be different, starting with the rules. If you wreck me and you get disqualified, and then I wreck you back, I will be hoping that I'm gonna get disqualified too. And sometimes it doesn't work like that. Like sometimes they have a lot of missed shots here and there, and unfortunately there is a lot of sponsors, TV, and money involved at this point. So there is a lot of things that they have to be better at. Obviously they're trying, but I hope they can get up on their game to get things squared up, to make this a real racing and being professional and having rules and treat everyone the same.
And we talked about racing being a business, whether it's on the real track or virtually. And I mean, you've lived that pretty much your entire career, and especially this year, 2020, going to Gaunt Brothers Racing. And I have to imagine it's one of, if not the biggest adjustments in your career, going to the racetrack every week, knowing that you'll be able to compete for top 5s, top 10s, and wins every single weekend, to now, I mean, frankly, getting inside the top 20 and finishing there for a team like you guys, that's frankly almost like a win. I feel like that adjustment has to be one of the biggest of your career so far.
It is. Obviously, if I didn't know that we're going to be able to compete for wins and be competitive in the future, I wouldn't be here. I remember a long time ago, I promised to myself that if one day I was going to drive race car just to get a paycheck, that was going to be the day that I was going to retire or do something else, right? But I have learned a lot in the last few years. Racing, you need to have obviously a lot of talent, good sponsors, and be at the right place at the right time. And I feel like that's part of what I've been lacking in the last few years. Something that I feel like is extremely important is the people. And I feel like Mario with Gaunt Brothers Racing, the owner, Toyota, Comsco, Coca-Cola, my cruise ship, we have an extremely good group of people, and we are trying to build it more on that. So I truly believe that we can build a good, small but good group of people. We can become a winning team. Really, we have to get some things on our way, but I do believe that.
Speaking of a winning team, I know you've had your fair share of success in the Xfinity car and in other disciplines at Richmond Raceway. How do you anticipate the sim and iRacing comparing to what it feels like on the actual short track there in Virginia this weekend?
Well, it's gonna be different. I don't know. I haven't been in the racetrack yet. Like I said, at this point, I don't even know exactly how things are gonna work out for this weekend. If we're gonna be in or not, or how things are gonna work out. But yeah, it should be fun. Just like every virtual race. But obviously, we have to behave and we have to be professionals. That's something that we have learned a lot in the last week or two.
Absolutely right about that. Now, Daniel, I know whenever people do interviews with you, whether it's fellow drivers or media members, I know you give them the amigo or amiga. Have I earned the amigo status right now with our Mario Kart talk in the road trip?
Yeah, as soon as you should be wearing a Daniel's Amigos shirt right now.
It's on the way. I'm going to order it right now. That's awesome. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for the time, my friend. Stay safe, stay inside, and we'll talk again soon, hopefully at the racetrack. All right?
Thank you, amigo. Bye-bye.
Hasta luego.
Bye.